Hello, I'm Mallory, and I am a transformational coach talking all about law of assumption, God consciousness, how we're all one. We're all one consciousness, but we're all these individual personalities. And today I want to talk about the flow state, and which is really God's, you in full God creator mode. Flow state is everything. And it's also talking about following that intuition, which is everything to me. I'm a very intuitive person, so I think that's why even more so it's just like there's a saying too, when you're praying, you're calling to God, but when God is calling to you, that's your intuition. So it's super important to listen to or feel that in your heart or hear that small voice, however you receive your intuition. Super important to listen to that. And today, the more and more, especially I get into just wanting to own that divine plan, the more I'm like, infinite intelligence, whatever my divine plan is, get me on that. I feel like in the morning it's really important to say that too, because it just it sets the tone. Okay, they know we're not working with the ego, we're not working with that lack scarcity mind, we're not working, we're working in God creator mode. That's what we're working in. So whatever those intuitive pulls are, God just wants to have a good time. So whatever those pulls are in you are what you need to follow. So I don't know what it is, because I'm not a sporty person, but recently I've just been having this crazy desire to play basketball. So this morning too, and I'm quitting caffeine, so I've had some headache issues, but I'm just letting that go. And if I'm getting headaches from quitting caffeine, clearly caffeine's not good for me. So no offense to any of you that are obsessed with it or whatever. I get that. I've been trying to quit for literally 10 years and I'm finally no, I'm done. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But this whole basketball thing is so cool, and I feel like it's really good in the morning instead of focusing on as much as I love the taste of coffee and everything, but to get my dopamine hit elsewhere, which is exercising. And in the past I used to run and just over exercise and stuff, so I'm just not into running anymore. But basketball's fun because it's very, very rewarding. It sucks when you miss, but when you get those swishes, when you get that in, you're like, this is so fun. So, so with intuition, I don't know, I've just been internally feeling like I just want to play basketball. So this morning, especially since I had my headache from caffeine and everything, I ended up playing basketball, and it was so fun. I was listening to Lana Del Rey and playing basketball, just in my zone, just having a really good time. And that was an intuitive pull I followed. And once you exercise in the morning too, it just gets you going for, it doesn't have to be a big thing. I did it for a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, but just to get your body going, get that dopamine happy, and it sets you up really good for your day. And so I also had this weird intuitive pull, because I'm obsessed with, I love magic. I love all things magical. I love mystical. And there's a brand new exhibition at Peabody Essex Museum in Salem. And I just had this intuitive pull. It started today, and I just was I have to go there. I don't know why, I just have to go. So I went, and it was fun. And they ended up having these 15-minute magic shows. And when I first got there, there were a ton of people. And this is another thing with flow state and divine timing. You have to trust the timing. So when I first showed up, there was a ton of people, so I couldn't get in right away. So I was oh, well, I can't get in right away. And then I overheard the woman telling everyone oh, just walk around, come back in 8 minutes. So I set my timer for 8 minutes. And then I went back at the right time, and then she was oh, you didn't get a ticket, so you missed out, here's a ticket for 2:30. And I was kind of well, this is kind of bullshit. She told me to come back, but I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to trust divine timing. I don't have anywhere to be today, so I'm just going to trust the process. So in my head, I was all right, then I'm going to make this really good. I'm going to make sure I'm front row, and I'm going to interact with the magician, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I ended up getting in there, and I ended up sitting, I could have sat front row, but I sat second row. And I'm like, why am I told myself I was gonna sit front row, but for some reason I just sat second row, and I was kind of mad at myself because I was like, you're not doing what you said you were gonna be doing. You wanna interact, like, you know the people in the front are gonna be interacting. So I was just kind of like, oh, whatever. I'm just gonna trust that things are just gonna work out. And so it was fun. He was interacting a lot with the people in the front row, but he chose me to be the one to go up and hold the boards. Nobody else was up there with him. Like, he didn't ask if anybody wanted to participate. He literally chose me. And I was just like, this is so dope, you know, like, I didn't have a choice, you know, internally I was like, I want to go up and assist him. So God, you know, made that happen. So it was just so much fun. So I had this intuitive pull to go to this show today, and it just turned out to be like so much fun. And it was funny too, because I honestly have never done like a seance or anything. I don't do witchcraft or anything like that, but obviously I know I'm God. I love the mystical. God is a magician. We're all magicians, so you know, it's pretty dope. It's just so dope. So pretty much the whole point of this video is really to follow your intuition and really follow that flow state. Like, that's God creator mode, your flow state. Like, I look back to like some of the stuff I've made in terms of like lyrics videos and stuff, like I just like had to create them. Like, I was in creator mode. It wasn't to make any money, it wasn't to get followers, it was just to create. And I think back to that and I'm like, well, that's so interesting. I just had these pulls to create these videos because I love music and I love video editing. And yeah, so it's just, you know, think back to really when you were in those flow states and things that you love to do like so much, and just do it and just have fun with it. And that's just like what it's all about. We're here to have fun. So this is more of just a light, like, fun video, but in the future I'm going to be talking more about like more healing and stuff like that. But I just had such a good fun day, and I just want you to follow your intuition and get into that flow state. And if you need help with any of that too, and you want to work with me, I have that information below. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.